All right, Nicholas, do you want me to kick it off?
Yes. So, welcome everyone. This is a monthly steering committee call. The agenda is, as always, is a quick update from each worker proposal lead, the review of any new worker proposals that I don't think anyone has submitted, and the open forum for any topics that anyone want to discuss with the steering committee. So let's get started. Mm, Second.
Hey, real quick, while you're pulling it up, Nick, Luke, you had a work proposal change. Did that one go through, or does that still need to be
Yeah,
voted
as
on?
far as I know, it was like a $75 fee that the Cayman entity was wanting to add to the bill. So yeah, that went through fine. Thanks.
Okay, all right.
While I'm talking, if I could just go real quick, nothing really to report on my side other than, as you guys all know, we're running low on funds to be able to pay people. But as long as
Yeah.
the market maker says we can continue pulling funds, then we will. But the only order of business I had was just making sure we get the board compliant as far as we need more people on the board, and we got to get the steering committee organized as well. So that's the only things that need to happen as far as my side goes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we can discuss those last two after the presentations, and I would say by next. I mean, we need to look at it beforehand, but probably if not before, be discussing, I guess, the state of the remaining funds and on next steering committee call. Would be a big talk, point of interest to talk about. Market's been brutal. All right, you can go ahead, Nicholas. We can talk about everything else after.
All right. So, in January, we were on budget at around 36.5 thousands. Talking about the 3 months budget, we were under the budget on around 12 thousands. No chain incidents last month, no FIO website incidents. FIO crypto handles were approximately, FIO crypto handles registrations were approximately on the same level, minus 5%. FIO domains went down to 48% comparison to previous months, to 15 domains registered. FIO domain renewals went 45% down comparison to previous months, but it's still higher than regular. Seems that 50 years domain are still in effect because it's almost 3 times higher than the year before. Also on the team activity, we recently released the new version of FIO app. We updated to the latest Stripe version. We updated wrap status page to show all the wrap and wrap transactions correctly. Also, we removed the Twitter free Twitter registration handle, which is obsolete, and also other bug fixes. We also released new Oracle software version. Previously we had issues with wrap and wraps tokens, so we from time to time we had manually to ask block producers to run these transactions manually. So for the last 3 weeks we had zero issues with that. So now it's look stable, which is great. We also continued to work on TheoRelic. Mainly it is the background work. We just mainly waiting for it to synchronize up to date. Yeah, once it's synchronized, we can continue development and testing. But in parallel, we focused on other tasks. Also, we worked with Pavel to transition the core infrastructure worker proposal to Aleph one. We moved ownership of all accounts to Alfman. We also moved all subscriptions on the Alfman's credit cards. On DAO Vio Foundation financials, in January, at the end of January, our income was around $12,500. Our budget was approximately the same as last month, and the net profit was negative $46,400, which is 7% less than the previous month. And at the end of January, the treasury was around 1.5 million, which is 5% less, mainly due to market volatility. And runway is 32 months, which is 10% more. So for steering committee discussions, this month I don't have anything except just reminding that get all of your payments by the end of 14th of February, as that will automatically close the payments. Also, reminder that we have a vacant place in steering committee. So currently we have 4, but it should be 5. And as well, we have vacant seat in board of directors. Currently it's 8 and it should be 9. Beside that, that's all on my part. Any questions for me?
I'm sorry, I missed the board vacancy. Is it 1 or 2 that we're missing? I couldn't catch quite what you said on that part.
As far as I remember what Pavel said, it should be 9, so it is 1 missing. Currently it's 8.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I think it's actually 2 because our Cayman board member we're not paying for that anymore. So it's I think both
Two.
him and the Cayman board members.
Okay, so it's even 2.
I'll look through our partner list and see who else comes to mind for that. Somebody that would be a good candidate for those.
Yeah, I think I know Han probably hasn't been involved much, and frankly, I haven't been involved either. So it's like we definitely need some new blood.
And Frank's been fully on board, right, Luke? That's part of the count.
I guess. I mean, we haven't had a
Okay.
ton of meetings, so yeah.
All right. I'll just confirm that to make sure. Wait, Emily, he was already added to the website, wasn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so he's already on board. So he's part of that accounted for already. So yeah, so 2.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
just don't know that he has gotten. I don't know that the multi-sig has gone through. Like I have to double check that all the multi-sig is updated correct.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so when are you going to go next?
Yep, I'll go next. All right. All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So maintenance worker proposal for January. Monthly budget, slightly over budget, $128.97. Under budget for the quarter, or right at budget, should I say. And I'll kind of explain that when I get to the 3-month page at the end. KPIs, revenue, partnership, X engagement rate, social media output, community engagement. Revenue, 12K last month, slightly down from December and also down from November as well, but still above our goal status. Partnership MOU. Am I looking at the wrong one? Wait, hang on.
No, this is correct.
Okay. We weren't.
No, this is Bitpanda. I sent you a message.
Oh, I counted it on the wrong month. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good point. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So yeah, partnerships for the month. Bitpanda. They're a long time wallet integrator. Our tokens already listed on their their exchange aggregator. Our tokens already listed on their exchange, and they are launching a wallet. Some of the Trust team works for them now, and Pierre, who used to be with Trust, was instrumental in getting this one through. X engagement rate 12.1%. Goal is 5% or higher. Social media output 216 posts, 62 stories, and then community engagement 30 of 30 days in both Telegram and Discord. Looking at some of the stats here, you can see we did run some ads. Just testing right now. Marie, right towards the end of the month, was able to get our ads account, which has been blocked forever in X, back reactivated. We had to go in and add back the X Premium, the gold check, and they were finally able to take care of that after numerous years of multiple people trying to get our ads account not blocked anymore. So she just started towards the end of the month. So there's not much to show other than just $14 spend, 81K impressions. But we've got ad credits because we upgraded to that premium account. So we'll be testing those and hopefully have a lot better and more elaborate data to share on the next call. So you can see kind of the posts here across Twitter, X, CoinMarketCap, Binance Feed, Instagram, and then the remaining across additional platforms. And then on the right is just kind of the X analytics showing the ramp up, but both in engagement and posts and impressions. Impression engagement rate are slightly down from last month, or decently down, but it's still very high in relation to what we're aiming for. So no new partnerships we had in November. We had Swap Zone in December, Bitpanda January. Currently working on integration. Bitpanda is working on now. Pi3 as well. Cake Wallet is indicating Q2 start. Bitpanda, I don't know, Emily, didn't they mention Q2, I believe?
They mentioned this quarter, actually.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, March, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was off with the alignment of our 3 month rolling period and the yearly quarters. All right, so MetaMe backend's complete. Let's Exchange should be starting now, and then UON is also integrating in Omegon as well. Looking to close right now that we're close to the deal. The top three, I say, are pretty close. BitLock, which is an AI integrated wallet. OneKey, which is a hardware wallet, and Onyx Card, which is a crypto debit card. I'm in talks with all three of those right now to formalize and finalize and get an MOU over to them once we agree on the final terms. Utila is an institutional wallet. They were on our looking to close in the past. I'd taken them off, but we got a new contact there that is a fan of FIO and actively working to help us get an integration there. And then the remaining ones are just talks in progress that are kind of moving slow based on these projects roadmaps. BTCC, which is an exchange we're already listed on, looking to get an integration. Trust Wallet enhancement, we're still trying to get those through. Virgo Wallet, Bitcoin.com is also integration improvements and additions. EliPal as well too. Still trying to line up on their roadmap. Authio is a layer one chain that had some delays in development, so I moved them down towards the bottom of the list. And the other three are just also longer term in the roadmap. Midnight, they've been working on mainnet launch, and they didn't want to have any discussions about any kind of partnerships as far as integration until after the mainnet launch, which I think is coming soon. I just saw one of the guys posted today. And then Guyana government, that's going to be more of probably down the road as we get some things implemented within their government in terms of Web3 and crypto. And then Superworld is a metaverse platform that is also planning integration. We were talking about, based on his roadmap, potentially mid-year. So in the next 2 or 3 months, I should have an MOU for them. Looking at the quarter, right at the dollar, it actually overspent slightly. But that's because we have some events. Marie is at Consensus Hong Kong right now. I've got ETH Denver next week. And then the only other event on our radar right now, I have a full list of all the yearly events, but it's Token 2049 Dubai. Between those three, we get a lot of leads on partnerships, and anything beyond that is just it's really gonna wait to see what happens with our how our spend goes down, what happens in the market. A lot of the other events that we may have attended last year and prior years, we may not attend, but we did allocate for those in this spend. Revenue, as you can see, November, December, January, trailing down. Partnerships, you can see November, no partner. So we didn't hit that quarterly target. Goal is to make that up this target with at least 5. I'm shooting for 5 for this quarter. Based on the way the quarter runs, I should be able to get those closed out. X engagement rate had a spike in December, a dip in January. You see our post and our community engagement here. So basically a target except for the partnerships one. So that is my focus to make up with those with all we have in the pipeline to close at least 5 of those deals for the next 3 months. Any questions? All right.
Seems no questions.
All right. So, I mean, I guess we discussed the board. I'll look. Does anybody have any other suggestions that they could recommend for the board? Any names? Emily, can you think of anybody in our partner chats that would be candidate for that?
Maybe somebody from you online potentially. That could be interesting.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to say it because that popped in my head right after I asked you the question. So yeah, I think we're aligned on that. So we could discussions there.
Maybe someone from block producers would be interested in taking part of
Hmm.
governance
Yeah.
as they are running the protocol.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let me take down some notes here.
I was thinking you could ask Ross about that because Ross is on the board, right? And he's a block producer. He might know some others that might want to.
Yep, good idea.
So we don't all on board him. You guys want me to send Ross a message? I don't want all of us to do it. I think another one's not going to do it. So I'll send
Yeah,
it.
go for it. Go for it. Thanks, Wayne.
Yep. Board. Let's see. And then you online. I'm gonna go back through the partner chat too and see who else will be in there. All right. Now, here's the thing on the steering committee members. Obviously, when I think of active people in the protocol right now, Marie would come to mind, but then that would be 3 of us on the same worker proposal. So maybe the part of our call next month should be to, and the reason I'm saying for next month because it gives us some time to think about how this would flow. But I mean, we'd want to figure out if what we would do with the current worker proposal structure going forward too. So while we're discussing budgeting and everything else, I'm not saying that will happen, but if that were to happen, we'd almost have to restructure the worker proposals as well too, because it would just be too heavily concentrated there. So I don't know. Any other thoughts on that part? Especially like GP or
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with the optics that you're bringing up for sure.
I'm just
I
trying to
think
think.
just a matter of how to
I
best.
think it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think if we had 3 on the same proposal, I don't think the voting would even work. Because essentially you would only have 2 other people that would be able to vote for the maintenance proposal as an example, and that's already not enough. Or actually, no, me and Marie can still vote for it, so disregard. But
Yeah,
still,
it's more optics and not that you can't vote. It's kind of more like the optics of now one. I mean you I know you've always voted fair, but kind of you caught some slack from other people in the past about voting, even though, um, you're pretty objective on your voting. So I just don't want to add to that and figure because we still haven't really figured out a way to resolve that. So that's one of the things I was thinking there. Um,
Um, I suppose, I don't know. I think a block producer would probably be good to have on the string. I don't know if they would want that role. Um,
so potentially either on the board and or steering committee, right?
yeah, because they're at least doing some work on the protocol, but
Uh-huh.
again, like I don't know if they would want more work without, compensation, but um if they're very motivated, then maybe they would want the role.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at least we need to tell them about that and propose it because really they are incentivized in the success of the Vue protocol because they are running that, and they have to decide whether they are as motivated or as
Mhm.
interested to take part. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so if Luke don't have anything else to add besides what he mentioned at the beginning of the call, we can move on to the open forum. Do we have anything to discuss? So last time we spoke about the generic top-level domains. First question, do we have any updates on that? And second question, do we want to stop recording and have it as private discussion?
So I think it's okay to have it recorded. So so I don't exactly have too many updates on that, but they did send me some sort of calculator, and based on their most recent message, they did say that the idea between the top level domains and FIO domains is that they would be linked. One of the potential issues is that, or one of the things that happens with new TLDs is that a lot of the 2-letter or 3-letter uh, domains get snatched up. And so when you launch a new TLD, that's usually um, a big chunk of the revenue driver at the beginning. The issue with our situation is if the FIO domains are linked to the TLD, the .fio, a lot of the 2-letter, I guess, domains have already been secured on the chain. And so when it comes to the TLD, so like let's say ZH, the ZH domain on chain was already taken, then the ZH.fio TLD won't be able to be purchased. And it'll only be able to be purchased by the user. So that's like essentially a big chunk of the revenue that we would be losing in a sense. And they did say in their latest calculator that they, sort of estimated for that, but they don't have, precise numbers because they don't have access to all of the domains on chain. So I guess my question for you, maybe Nicholas, I don't know if you would have a way to access this, but is there a way to kind of like get all of the current domains on chain? I don't know if that's like a history node thing or something like that. But if so, then we can send it to them and they could give us a more accurate like estimate of what our estimated revenue could be to avoid, some of the collisions and stuff.
Uh, yeah, I don't know the way to do it now, but of course, I think I can get all the domains on the chain.
Okay, yeah, great. That'd be good. Um, so yeah, I mean, they sort of gave me a pretty, like their estimate seems pretty high. So I'm a little bit skeptical. So I'd want to wait and see until they get the list of domains from us, and then, you know, see if that kind of reduces things a little bit. And I don't remember the exact numbers on it from the top of my head, but I think it was like essentially like they're projecting that the first year we would pay back the registration fee, which is like 300,000 for the ICANN application, and then plus like some other like 100,000 for like maintenance and stuff. So they're projecting that we would, like, in the first year already pay that back, and plus a little bit more. So I'm skeptical of that. I'm not sure I quite believe that, but that's what they're projecting. But that's again not taking into account the exact numbers of domains that we would be missing out from people already registering those domains on chain. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not sure if I kind of rambled on a little bit.
I've had a question about this from the beginning in terms of like which direction is going to be canonical as far as if somebody wants to get a domain. Do they have to buy it on chain first and then there's a follow-up process to get them access to a web domain, or do they buy the web domain and then we have to figure out how to get them the Theo domain?
Yeah, so I am not 100% sure on that, but You Online, which is our partner, is essentially handling that. And that's kind of like part of their integration. But it seems like what they're gonna do on their end is if somebody purchases a web domain, it like will automatically also register it on chain. And then for the people who already have it on chain, then there's going to be some sort of mechanism where they can choose to then purchase it online. And I'm not exactly sure on the process, but that's kind of like basically what they're thinking of developing.
Cool. And to be clear too, the registration fee doesn't guarantee, it's more like you get to be part of the process, but doesn't guarantee you get to TLD. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, so if we pay for the registration fee for the ICANN, there is a chance that we don't get the TLD, and there is, you know, a chance that we don't get the money back from paying the application fee. They said that ICANN says that there is a mechanism where we could get the registration fee back, but that's only if they supersede some amount of registrations or applications, and they didn't specify the number of applications that they need. So it's kind of a little bit vague there. So basically it's not a guarantee that we are to get our money back if we don't get accepted.
And
Yeah.
the application fee is around $400,000, right?
Yeah,
it's less.
more or less. I think it's 375, but yeah, it's about 400.
Huge.
Heck of a
It's
business
huge.
model, huh? Give us 400 grand and we might approve you, or if not, we'll keep your money.
Yeah, it's
kinda-
definitely very expensive.
Yeah, and along the lines of Luke's thinking too, my biggest concern, like say if someone already has the Theo domain and they're offered, you know, the two-letter domain, even to purchase it, and they say they don't want it, what happens to that? Is it just something we can't sell probably because of the process, or you know, that's kind of some of my questions.
You mean if the two-letter TLD is, you know, technically available, but it's taken on chain? Yeah, so that's one of the things that I was mentioning earlier, is that because there's a collision, basically, yeah, that two-letter domain on the TLD won't be able to be purchased by anybody because it's already taken on chain. And that's if we wanted the Theo domain and the TLDs to be linked, which I think we should, because otherwise there's no point in, you know, participating in the ICANN stuff. But yeah, that would mean that there's like a big chunk of domains that won't be able to be accessed. And there's no guarantee that, you know, the people that purchase these like two-letter domains on the chain will go ahead and then, you know, purchase their equivalent on the TLD side.
Right.
So yeah, so that's why like when you online sent me their revenue projections, I was a little bit skeptical because of the collisions. They said that they accounted for it, but again, that's why I want to send them the exact domain like names that we have and see if they could adjust their projections based on that. But yeah, usually like when a new TLD is launched, from my understanding, like the 2-letter, 3-letter, like regular words, all of those get snatched up pretty much immediately. And that's why there's like a large projections for the revenue to basically pay back for the application fee and whatnot, because you can charge quite a lot for those 2-letter, 3-letter, whatever regular word domains. But yeah, we would essentially be losing that because of the collision. So
Got it. Okay, I suggest I will provide the list of currently registered domains, and maybe we hear their estimate. But again, I would also be a bit skeptical, and maybe
yeah.
their projection also, I don't know, maybe have some buffer from their projections, like, I don't know, 30% less or something, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Rather
agree.
than they projecting, because they may be optimistic with their projections, or maybe they want us to uh, get on it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you.
All right. Beside that, does anyone has anything to discuss?
Well, I mean, I guess Wayne alluded to it earlier. I don't know if we should talk about it now or talk about it in the next steering committee call, but our runway is still looking a little rough. And the market is looking a little rough. Um, and I'm not sure what, the next course of action is, but it is something that we should be thinking about.
That's what I was
Uh,
thinking. I'm sorry.
mhm.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, go on.
I was just say, yeah, that's what I brought up now. I mean, this is where, first month of the new worker proposal. And so we should gather our thoughts and everything and by next. I mean, if we see something dire, we could jump in and have an off cycle call. But I think by the steering committee call next month, um, between then and the end of April, we need to decide. I mean, the end of March. Before the end of March, we need to decide what our next course of action is.
Okay, agree. I don't have any ideas right now, but definitely we need to think how we extend our runway.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wayne, I just wanted to clarify, I understand. So like these proposals end this month, generally speaking, if there wasn't, if there's going to be some major changes, then the thought process is you need to give 1 month for people to adjust to that. So isn't right now the decision that has to be made prior to because once March rolls around, there's going to be a whole nother 3-month approval process, correct?
No, this current period, February, March, April is the one we're in now. We're in month one of the new work proposal right now.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, you're just off by one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, that's why I'm thinking March, right? So that's
Yeah,
because
yeah, that makes perfect sense. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, we can like circle back and discuss then and be
Yep.
more prepared for that conversation, but sounds good.
Yeah. We'll have to see. The market gets any worse, we may have to have work a proposal for just Claudebot to run the protocol. Right, Luke?
Hey.
I know you've been following the AI stuff. No, that's one of the things we're going to be looking at is automations, and also going to look through our current subscriptions and see what additionally we can cut back on too. So I have more to report, if not before, by the time we have our next call.
Yeah, I'll also go through and take a look what we can reduce, what subscriptions or maybe infrastructure sources we can shut down as
Okay.
well.
Oh,
Now,
and I
Nicholas,
guess
I'm sorry, go ahead, Emily.
I was gonna talk about a different subject. Sorry, you can go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask Nicholas a quick question. If I remember right, that call we had with the guy Taco from Manifest AI, based on our AWS, did we determine that it's not worth switching?
Yes, that's basically that they told us because they working with budgets way higher than ours. They talked about like 100,000 or even less. We have $4,000
Yeah.
now even a bit less. So it's just not worth migrating. It will take way more human effort to migrate
Oh,
that, and also test and everything. And they say about like 15% cost reduction. So
right. Yeah.
not worth it.
Which will spend way more in the effort than the cost reduction, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry, Emily. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say, Nicholas, is that I wonder if there's anybody from your team that would be interested in joining the steering committee. I think that would, create a little bit more balance. That's if the block producers are not interested, I think, could be a potential possibility.
Yes, I can ask our developer who work on in our team. Yeah, but anyway, I suggest just for opening the door for
Yeah,
for
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 sure.
anyone from the community. Uh, if no one else is joining, then yeah, we can. Um, I can ask, yes, our developer whether he is interested.
Sounds good.
All right. If nothing else, thanks everyone.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right,
everyone.
Thank you.